What's up, everybody? It's your boy Galaxy Greg, and welcome to yet another episode of the Be More Nerdy podcast, episode 67 to be exact. And I'm your host Galaxy Greg, and with me today is my co-host Diva XOXO. Where's the energy? Where's the love? Where's the affection? Where's the hatred? Where's the Be More Nerdy accent?
Man, fuck you, suck my dick.
Flute ass nigga. So what I was saying is, welcome to another episode. Welcome to another episode of the Be More Nerdy podcast. There we go. And this week we're gonna be talking about our best character matchups, i.e., like when you see a movie or a comic book that's been turned to a movie or anything, and like you just get to see what they look like in the comic book versus who plays them now, and you say, damn, they did an amazing job casting that. So we're gonna go through that. And like we're gonna pick out the people who either made the role theirs or fucking just made it their personality in the best ways possible. There will be some obvious ones, of course, but we'll get there when we get there. But you know, let's start the pod off how we always do. Diva, how was your past week?
Oh, it was really good. I went to my first soccer game, which was fun.
Did you know what the fuck was going on, or were you just lost?
Yeah. No. So in college, when you become a fifth year, and like you didn't redshirt, so that means you're not playing your fifth year, you have to volunteer your time to like help with other sports. And I helped with soccer a lot in my first semester. So I did a lot of soccer and volleyball games. So now I can follow both sports really well. So.
You just went to the volleyball games to see the chicks with fat asses, because everybody knows volleyball players got them dump trucks.
Yep, that's why everybody be fighting over the volleyball games.
They be thick. What? They be thick as hell.
But the swim team and the volleyball team were really close because there's a swimmer and a volleyball player who dated each other. So and then another swimmer and a volleyball player were roommates. So like our teams were really close. So even if I wasn't there like helping with the game, I was always there watching the game because they supported us and we supported them. So we was always like two like close knit teams.
That's that Howard love right there.
Yeah.
Aren't you guys like the last HBCU swim team?
In the nation, motherfuckers.
Because we love to perpetuate stereotypes of black people not being able to swim.
Well, that's the thing. The stereotype gets perpetuated, so the school doesn't see value in it. So their teams ended up being underfunded and can't pay people to be on the team. And swimming as like a sport. I'm sorry, I'm eating y'all.
Please stop.
Swimming as a sport is good. I got chicken quesadilla and they put like extra sauce on it, so it's like mad saucy. Fire.
You know, you say some words like you're from New York, and I have that to contribute to probably Guyana.
Yes.
But you don't say any words like you're from Louisiana. Did you know that?
I say baby sometimes. Well, I say guh instead of girl.
I would think you would have gotten more of a southern drawl than a northern accent.
Yeah, I would have thought so too, but no, I guess because the New York accent is closer to the Baltimore one, so I do get some New York words out.
Even though Baltimore is considered in the South, via the Mason-Dixon line.
Is the South. Yeah, we below the Mason-Dixon, but all I have to say is like swimming is a big. I mean, doing any Division I sport is a big commitment, but like it's different when you swim, and it's no shade to the other sports because like you literally have to get wet as a black female. That's hard to get your hair wet every day, so it's already hard to find black females and to pay the ones who actually can do the sport well. A lot of the schools didn't have the money to like fund it, and like for a long time it was just us and North Carolina A&T, so we had the only male team for a really long time, and then it was the two female teams because my two best friends who I swam with, they went to A&T. And after their senior year, the program got cut. So their last season swimming was the last year they had a team. And that's because the school didn't believe in them. I'm thankful that, one, Howard saw the value in our swim team and invested the money, but also that we had a coach who also saw the value of our team. So, like, he swam for Howard. He went to Howard, so he knew what the team meant. So he made sure if the school wasn't going to get it, he was going to get it for us. So like he did all types of fundraising, got people to sponsor us, and did what he had to do to make sure we had what we needed to be competitive, not just to compete, to be competitive, to show the school, hey, look at us, we winning, we doing big things, we breaking records, we doing this, we doing that. And the
Y'all sent
school,
a couple people to the Olympics too.
we sent a few people to the Olympics. We have sent a lot of people were swimming in swimming. I think it was 2 weeks ago at the uh, Spina, right? Spina, yeah, FINA.
I
Um,
I oh yeah, Fina, it's Fina.
yeah, at the FINA finals, we have people competing at a high level and they're fast. So now they can't, like, he made it so that they cannot ignore us, because at one point they kind of were. They ain't gonna hold you. Like when I was a freshman, sophomore, they were ignoring us. Our budgets were tight. We were going to North Carolina conferences on a bus
Now y'all
and then
taking
having to
planes and
swim.
shit.
Right. And no, and like going on a bus, packed on the bus. We couldn't even get like a bigger bus so that we could all have our own seats. Going to swim meets in a van
I
and then
remember
having
that.
to
That shit was
compete.
funny because I beat y'all there, and I was like,
Right.
oh.
Like,
Ben's was like,
and
Mom was like, they going back tonight. I said, where they going?
right, going back and then being like and having to compete under those conditions, not just going like, oh, we rode there, but yeah, we got a day to stretch. No, like I've been sitting in a van for 6 hours and now I'm about to get out and fucking kill it. Or it being a big deal that we stayed the night because we took a van to North Carolina and it took 6 hours. And they're like, well, he's like, well, I'm gonna drive at night and then I'm gonna let my swimmers rest. And they're like, well, you could just go early, like you could just leave early. And he's like, that's fucking crazy. He wanted to perform. So he really stood up for us. Shout out to Coach Nicholas Askew at Howard University. Um, he's the director of swimming and diving and tennis. This man is killing it over there.
He looks like he
Cur-
can play some mean tennis.
He does, yeah, he does. And he still plays. He still gets in the water. He still plays tennis. He out here. Um,
Doesn't he have a daughter?
he has three little girls.
Oh my god.
I
So much estrogen
know.
in one household.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. Once a month,
So,
daddy's going out to get milk, and he ain't coming back till the week's up.
um, and he really put the time in with us, and like I still to this day, I mean, I'm cool with all my coaches. Shout out to Kenny of Groove I Groove. Um, he really invested time. He really invests time with us. He's a full, like when I say he's a full time coach, he is on campus from before 6 a.m. practice, um, and after six. And there are swimmers. He's such a committed coach. There was two of us, so I was the first architecture student to be a swimmer, and we have a class designed from 2 to 5 every day. 2 to 5, not every day. What Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
I remember that because I
We,
came
we,
to visit you on Friday, and you had that
yep,
class. And like, yo, I got this class. You get this pizza, and just wait here till I get done.
yep, yep. Um, yep. I had to. And I sent him off with some of my teammates. I was like, "Y'all take care of my little brother." They took care of him. He had a great time. But but he he made a late practice. He made like there wasn't one at one point. It practice at 4:30, and I would either have to come late and just swim on my own. But he made a late practice for us, and he stayed till we were done the sets. So practice was over and like until we changed, like stayed, wait for us to change. We had to talk, talk after practice or whatever. He did that and then went home. Like, and now they fancy now. They got like they be getting protein shakes and shit. They real fancy over there now. Like he really killing it. They have gone to like my last training trip was in the fucking Bahamas. He has really like elevated that program to be competitive, not to just compete. Like we not just at the meet, yay, we here, we're queer or whatever. Not queer, but we're the black kids here. No, we're the black kids and we're swimming. And I'm grateful for it. I really am.
I didn't get to swim in college. I almost did because my plan was to go to Morgan for a year because I was
Yep.
waitlisted for NJIT. I'm gonna get in, so I was like, bet I'll just go the next year. But then someone was like, why don't you make a swim team at Morgan? I was like, I kind of like it here. I'm gonna do that. Then I ended up like making a swim club at Morgan that was tied to the scuba club because they couldn't be independent for a while. Like, I needed an individual advisor, someone who's going to dedicate their time. I wrote the bylaws, wrote all that shit. It got approved, but it was still in its infancy state. And then the scuba club guy didn't do scuba club anymore, and they had to get a new person to do it. And I have no idea because, like, I finished all this shit my senior year, so I'm like, I gotta hand this off to someone. Look, person who likes to swim, and I taught how to swim. Take it over. You're like a sophomore. You can do this. I have no idea the status of that anymore. Because Morgan used to have a swim team. That's where our Coach Kimmy came from, actually.
That's where a lot of people from BCSE. That's where they went. We went to Morgan and we swam. So
Yeah.
HBCU is in the city. It's down the street, shit, from practice.
Yeah, it is. And what's funny is, I was in, like, how you talk about Coach Nick. Wow, you had a lot of involved coaches in your life. You know that not many people can say that. Like, only a few people would be like, I had involved coaches, and they'd be like, that coach touched me. But
No, I am grateful for the coaches that I have. I say it all the time. Without BCSE, I wouldn't have went to college. Not that I went to college, but like my college experience would have been a lot different. I wouldn't have it. Maybe not, because it instilled a different kind of discipline in me, like having to maintain swimming and school and a social life and everything, like, and then like coach and at one point I almost didn't swim in college, and Coach Kimmy, like, he put in the time, the effort to help me, like, to basically rehab me from not being able to walk in, what was that, April? I couldn't walk in April and was ready to compete in college by August.
oh yeah, you had fucked up knees.
Yeah, that's when I fucked up my knees in high school.
See, and I would say Coach Kimmy's one of the most involved coaches I've ever had, just because, like, when you guys left, because fuck all y'all, me as a freaking sophomore in high school, he was like, Greg, I know this is a lot, but you gotta take over. I said, what? He said, yeah, you're the oldest now and also the most adept, so the kids are gonna look up to you. I'm like, there are people the same age as me and slightly older than me here, aka Dooley. Why aren't they doing it? He's like, because you've been here the longest, so you have seniority. I'm like, Coach, I don't think I can do that. He's like, you can and you will. You'll be great. I'm like, fuck. I don't want to do that. Lo and behold, he was right. I did fine. Kids, I was able to take on the role of the hated leader because, like, I pushed people. Like, I didn't let people... If I found that you were sandbagging, I'm going behind you and I'm tickling your toes the whole time we swimming. You're going to either swim faster or you're going to get annoyed and probably get out and get yelled at by someone. One of the two are going to happen. I ain't let nobody sandbag. And if I saw it, I'd be like, yo, get in front of me. But you're faster than me. I know. Swim fast.
You were ready for it. Like, even to this day, like, when I go back to Baltimore City, like, when I go back to BCSC, like, people are like, oh, it kind of hurts sometimes. They're like, you're Greg's big sister. I'd be like, wait a minute. No, Greg's my little brother. Like, don't play me. I'm like, don't play me. I taught him. We raced each other, but, like, I get it. Like, my generation is different. Like, when we moved out, you stepped up.
Yeah, I had to step up for a whole 3 years, though. Usually, like, whoever's stepping up is usually, a junior or a senior in high school going to college. It might be around because they go to college nearby. They got 1 or 2 good years of leadership. I literally had to take it damn near as a freshman because that's when you went to college, like, summer? And that's when I was becoming, basically as a freshman, actually. I was wrong. Yeah, as a freshman, I had to lead BCSC. As a sophomore, I had to lead Poly. That's what was the difference. But my point is, like, it definitely instilled something in me, and Coach Kimmy's faith in me and time he took to kind of also guide me to what I needed to be able to do, that definitely helped a lot, because them kids hated me, but they loved me at the same time, because they knew I was trying to make them better. They just hated the fact that I made them work. That's all it is. And at the end of the day, I have a good relationship with everyone who came through BCSE, because whether you hated me or not, I cared about you, and I wanted to see you do your best. Whether I was making you do 100 push-ups, run 3 miles, or do pull-ups and then swim 2 hours of practice, you did better. So.
Yeah, they thank you when them times drop.
No, they was mad at me when them times dropped. Like, shut up, don't you say a thing. I'm like, but I'm just saying, running them 3 miles helped you, didn't it? And then they like, fuck you, Greg. And I'm like, hey, I'll tell your parents that you cussing. And they're like, chill, don't do that.
Don't do that.
All right then.
How was your week?
It's been okay. The first 2 days out of it, I didn't have to go to work specifically because site work wasn't there. But these next couple days have been a little hectic. This is next week is my last week in PA. I moved back officially in Maryland the end of next week, right before my birthday, and right before Otakon, just doing stuff. And but with that, I'm currently leading this job that I'm going to be leaving and trying to make sure that when I leave, all the next person has to do is follow the plan I set, right? But with that being said, Murphy's Law is a bitch. Everything that can go wrong has been going wrong. Also, I built an A-frame barricade the other day. I was proud of myself because I did not know what the fuck I was doing. I just built it. Came out alright. It works. It operates. And that's all I need. But other than that, the constant moving around is a little annoying, like with this job, and I'm finally glad to be back home and be somewhere stable for at least 2 months. But my biggest fear right now with my job is that after that 2 months, they're gonna be like, hey, we need someone at Chewy. Are you willing to do that again? And honestly, my answer would be no, because I'm not trying to. Chewy is 3 hours away from where I live now. It is 3 fucking hours away. I would have to come back up here, stay up here, more than likely in the same place after I just gave up my apartment, which would be a pain in my ass, for not that much more pay and all of the headache, because the site that they're working on, the sub isn't even ours. We're just a liaison. We basically do logistics and tell them the best way to do it, and they can tell us fuck off if they really felt like it. To be completely honest, and at the end of the day, that's annoying. I don't want to do it. I prefer the work that I was doing before. I now know that I could not do warehouse work because that shit is too repetitive, too redundant, and too many things go wrong. And when they go wrong, it's always on a large scale because everything that needs to be done in these places are like, oh, I need 100 of these, versus somewhere else is like, this thing's fucked up, but you can still do this thing. Okay, cool. We can work around this. I don't like that when something gets held up here, everything is held up, and it pisses me off. So, I'm glad to be back home soon. I'm glad to be back around Jordan. I just found out we have a fly problem in our house, and I don't know where it's coming from, and I'm kind of worried, because Jordan went downstairs, and there was, dozens of flies just on the ceiling. And we don't know how they got in the house, so we're, really confused. So...
Exterminator.
I know, but... spend more money. It's bullshit being homework. But that being said, just a lot going on right now. But I'm happy to be officially moving back to Maryland and then able to just get back to my normal flow of things, whether it be streaming, podding, and everything else. My life has been very much chaotic since I moved up here, but not chaotic because of my work, chaotic because of everything else in my extracurriculars in my life. So I'm happy that some normality will come back to my life next week.
Yeah.
So yay.
Oh, I forgot, it's Boule.
Yay.
Yay. So I got to hang out with my sorors last night, which was a lot of fun. They're so sweet and they just love on me. So nice to get loved on.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's get into the news, because there's a lot of it. I think we did pod last week. I don't think, did we?
No, we did not, because we were supposed to pod on Sunday for last week because we couldn't pod during the week last week. I don't remember why.
Something happened. I don't know what. Something happened. But there's a lot of news that we have. But just starting from the top, the biggest news story, R. Kelly has been sentenced to 30 years for using his star status and to systematically sexually abuse younger women. Everybody knows the R. Kelly case has been a very high profile one, being that R. Kelly is one of the voices of our generation, as you could call it. You got dozens of songs by him that people love to sing or love to play at a cookout that I have so many conflicted feelings about dancing to them now or like wanting to sing them. Like when Step in the Name of Love come on at a cookout, I'd be vibing, but then I'd be like, fuck, R. Kelly made that. So, you know, mixed emotions about that because I don't want to Step in the Name of Love to someone who was loving on children. You feel me? Like, that's kind of fucked up. So, but yeah, he's getting his just desserts. He did a bad thing. He did it wrong. Got paid for that, but that's news.
Don't take his booty.
What? What did he say?
Somebody gonna take his booty.
Someone is gonna fuck him. Someone's gonna fuck him in that prison.
He'll be somebody, bitch.
I mean, 30 years and he's like in his late 40s.
Yeah.
He either coming out an old man or he dying in there.
Mm-hmm.
One of the two. That's crazy though. Yeah, but that was a quick one. So something I've been excited about. Mega Man Battle Network Legacy is coming out soon. And hopefully we'll see the Stormforce games. Nintendo recently made an announcement about it, and they're releasing all of the Battle Network games. There's like 13 of them. And they're releasing is like one big pack, and like you can buy it, you can play through all the games. I really enjoy the Mega Man games. They're more of like it's a really fast pace. I don't know how to describe it because you're on a board. It's what 12, 3x12. Huh? What'd you say?
No, talking to Killian. He wants my taco, but it's a beef taco, so
he'll get gas. So it's like a 3x12 board, and you use cards but you're also moving at a relatively fast pace. So it's really fun. I don't know how to describe it, but I really enjoyed the Mega Man series, especially the Star Wars games. They had a very nice, quick, unique, but simple story. Really good gameplay. I remember having them on the DS as well as the old Mega Man games on my Game Boy. Just really good nostalgia, and I'm curious to know if when I go back, if it's actually a good game or if it's just the nostalgia factor. Because I found that a lot of things that you found awesome as a kid suck as an...
Focus. I'm focused.
Are you? You have the attention span of a walnut.
I got a little bit more than a walnut.
Jesus Christ. New Apex skins are coming out in 5 days on July 19th. They're anime-inspired Apex skins, so...
now I want to play Apex. Can we play?
Sure. You got Octane as Luffy, Mirage as Yusuke Urameshi, Revenant as the robot from Evangelion, and Watson, she doesn't have an outfit, but she is getting an emote to do the Chidori, or to do the Chidori intro.
Oh, I so want to play now. I'm going to play. Even if it's just going to be me like dying, I just want to like run around as Yusuke Urameshi.
Yeah, all the skins look pretty nice. It was like leaks, I guess, maybe, or like previews, and they were all really dope. Dead by Daylight's actually getting Attack on Titan skins very soon, and I'm excited for that. The ones we do know, they showed some of them quickly. And the ones we do know, Dwight is going to be Eren Yeager, and Felix is going to be Armin. So they're getting skins that essentially look like the characters, not necessarily are the characters. But then you would love to play Fortnite, because Fortnite has skins of all the important Naruto characters. Naruto, Sasuke, Itachi, Kakashi, Hinata, Sakura, and Gaara. They have skins for all of them in Fortnite. And I'd be pissed when I get killed by Sasuke, because fuck Sasuke.
Fuck Sasuke. Oh, we all know I think he a bitch nigga.
True. Next news point. Crunchyroll is bringing That Time I Was Reincarnated as Slime, a movie called Scarlet Bond, to theaters in 2023. I have not seen it. I have seen clips. I need to watch it, and everyone tells me that this show's like great. Like it's a part of the series of I've been reincarnated as a something that this one people say takes the cake though. So,
what? Remember last time I was reincarnated as a what? Not a slime, is it?
Yeah, reincarnated slime. It's getting a movie.
Oh, it's getting a movie. A lot of people like that one.
I've seen some good clips about it, and like he was a slime and he absorbs things, and one of his friend, and like the more he absorbs, the stronger he becomes. And he was doing that for a long time, so now he's fucking OP. He's like the equivalent of a minor demon lord in the show in terms of strength. So yeah, but I need to watch stuff like that. I like animes where the protagonists are OP to a certain degree, like Overlord. I really liked Overlord. That was funny. It was good. He was dumbass OP in general. I liked Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? Because
that was really good.
Because he wasn't OP, but his power was OP. Both of them. His power was his specialty skill. He had two specialty skills. His first specialty skill was the more affection he's feeling, like if he's like doing something for someone or feels love towards someone, he levels up double as fast as the average person. As long as he's like, I love this, like the reason they said it was like he loved this one chick and wanted to be as strong as her, so his love was making him level up double as fast. And like his goddess was like, why don't you love me like that? But it's cool, I'm not gonna tell him because I just want him to level up fast and be strong, right? Then his other power is fucking OP, and I think it's called like Herculean or something like that. And basically, or it's called something from a Greek mythos. And basically, the way she describes the power is, it's like a one-time crit hit that makes one attack dumbass powerful for no reason. Basically able to overcome damn near anything. And like the symbolism that it gets, you know, like you hear a bell start ringing and his hands start glowing for whatever it is, and it just makes him stupid powerful because literally, basically when the cards are stacked against him, he gets a freebie to like just do some destructive damage. It's crazy. It's really good though. Really good show. I would recommend watching it. Really entertaining too because it's called Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon, but it actually has a significant amount of action, but a lot of comedy too. So, give it a shot. Oh, The Best Man final chapter is getting its premiere date soon.
Really? Finally?
Yeah. I read that somewhere. I was like, oh, Jordan's gonna really enjoy this, and I told her about it. She's like, that's news, right? I'm like, I guess someone wants to hear about that movie. Someone.
It was a good series. Like the second one did a really good job of like kind of a where are they now type thing, and it was like you got to see all your favorite characters, and they're still very much for that person. I don't know. There was just like this height in the 90s of like black cinema where we got all kinds of black movies. We got like love black movies, hood black movies, slave black movies, school black movies. Like we got all of the culture in different ways, and I think that we are getting back to that. We're not there yet, but like the same, like I feel like they're starting slow, and we're getting into like we're getting our black TV back, and I mean like good.
I feel like we are getting that point. I still feel like we're still very far from it because of reasons like people love to linger on black suffering and black tragedy. Like that's why you see so many like shows about slaves and shit and movies about slaves and so.
I think we're getting away from that because if you watch a lot of like, and I say it's starting slower, more so with like black TV. Like think of how many black TV shows that we have right now that are like mainstream, good, and are a variety of black culture. It's not all drugs and slaves and hood. I mean, some of them are, but like there's a mixture, and I feel like now that we got like the television ball. Now I don't think the ball is moving fast enough. I want it to move faster. I want more black content.
But to be honest, like one of the shows that I can recommend for people is The Carmichaels. Have you seen that one?
Yes.
So Jordan recommended it to me, then Twan recommended it to me, then I finally watched it. And I gave Jordan flowers. It's really good. I like the conversations they have. They are hard, and they don't have a definitive answer at the end of any episode. They just usually apologize to each other and say, you know what, I should respect your opinions. You know, you pose some good points, but what about this? And I like that because that's how most conversations are going to end. Usually someone's angry or it's a hard conversation. And that show has almost every hard conversation you can have. And the only reason they didn't get a season 4 is because they wanted to have more, they wanted him to have less creative direction over what he was going to be talking about in his show, in which he said, if I can't talk about the topics I want to talk about, I'm not doing this. And they already went over not all, but some of the worst topics possible, where it's like, whoa, that's bad. But they did it in a classy, funny, and entertaining way, and I give him his flowers for that.
So I think we're getting there now that we're like getting TV back, because like I remember the time, and Greg, you may have been a little too young, where it was nothing like the time of UPN, where there was nothing but black shows, and they were all a little different and talked about different things, but it was our stuff. It was us making stuff for us. And so now that is happening again, because I feel like your generation really got fucked over and missed out on that. And now that is happening again, the next step, like the logical next step, is black movies just coming back and being a thing again. And I'm really excited for it. I really, really am. So I'm happy that they are kind of they're closing out this chapter, and it may have taken Lord knows however many years, but I'm happy that they're doing it, and I'm gonna be watching. They're gonna get this black dollar.
Hey yo. So that being said, let's talk about a black show that's coming back. Grownish is making its return on June 20th. But this season's going to be, I believe it's going to be centered around Junior. I know Junior's going to be a main character. He's moving away from Blackish, which had its final season, and now he's going to be a part of the main cast of Grownish. In Grownish, I know the last season ended with Zoe, taking a dream job. Aaron, he's a teacher now and teaches the class that they originally started in. And there's kind of previewed a new group of students who it's going to be following. So I think they're now passing the mantle to Junior and a new group of actors.
That's okay. It allows the show to have some longevity, but opens the writers up for a lot more creative freedom.
Right. And the thing I liked about Grownish was that like it came out literally my freshman year, and it was highly entertaining, but it also was posing some good questions to some shit I was thinking about and going through at the time. So I was like, oh, this actually kind of helped.
Yeah, you're literally living it.
Yeah, so, like how people wanted a Ned's declassified high school and college survival guide. I was like, you could do high school. College, maybe. Like, college is a hard one because everyone's college experience is pretty different.
It's different. Everybody's college experience is so different. But I will say, if you go to a HBCU, you won't regret your college experience. You'll love every minute of it.
Right? I got to see fucking Tiana Trump on campus for 152.
I got to see Drake for free.
I can still see Tiana Trump for free at all times, but
That's different.
That's different, It's more intimate if you catch my drift. I'm talking about beating my meat, but yeah.
So, yeah. Sorry if I sound a little I feel like I sound like I'm down. My vibe's a little off right now, and I've been drinking because I went to a happy hour with some coworkers. But I'm fine. I am. And no, alcoholics go to meetings. I'm a lush.
A what?
A lush.
I don't know what the fuck that is, but go you. Jesus Christ. Supernatural's getting a prequel called The Winchesters, premiering October 18th.
I saw.
I don't know how I feel about that, just because I know where the show's gonna end. Obviously it's about Dean as a teenager up until his early 20s. But
no, I thought it was about his dad and his mom.
No, because his mom was already dead. And
Winchester's. I thought Winchester's about his grandparents.
No, it's about him as a youth, as a high schooler. Because remember, Sam left as soon as he could, and he turned 18. But Dean stayed with their dad, so it's about that gap in between. And I'm interested to know because Dean was hunting at that time. But we all know how the show is gonna end. It's gonna end with him calling Sam and be like, Dad went on a hunting trip for a few days and he hasn't come back.
Right. I don't know if I want to watch it then. I thought it was about the grandparents.
No.
So that's why I was interested. I'm okay. I feel like they're just trying to milk a cat, what they think is a cash cow, and the only thing that is like, if it goes really well, fine, cool, great. But I feel like if it doesn't, it's just gonna make everybody mad.
Do you know why they're? I can guess why they're doing it. I'm pretty sure that after or when they announced that Jensen Ackles was gonna be Soldier Boy in The Boys, he got a lot of hype and people wanted to see how he was gonna act, how he was gonna be, and I feel like that made Supernatural like a little bit more hype because the show ended about 3 years ago. It just ended after 15 seasons, but with that, I feel like that created hype, and some people were like, "Yo, we could probably do this with just a younger kid." And yeah, but I'm cool with it.
I think that him as Soldier Boy
he did a great fucking job as Soldier Boy.
It was so.
It was very much believable.
So believable. And did you watch the season finale?
Yes, I've seen all of it.
Okay. So that last scene where I was like, I was getting a little questionable, and then he said that shit, and I was like, yeah, that sounded about right. That's how he is.
I was getting real nervous. I thought he was gonna tell them that it was his son, and then they said the next episode that off screen he told them. But like, I was getting nervous when he was like holding his shoulder, and he was talking about, if I could have raised you. I was like, please don't tell me you're gonna say, but I'm here now, son. I didn't want to hear no bullshit like that. I didn't want to hear that.
It didn't sound right. It didn't sound true to the character. Like after, like when you were watching him talk about a man's man. Remember he called him a little bitch? I was like, yes!
He said, yeah, then maybe you wouldn't be such an attention-seeking pussy. He said, what? He was so caught off guard. He's like, what? I was like, ooh-wee. I was so excited when that... But I was mad that they gave it all up for fucking Butcher's fake-ass bastard child.
His bastard child who's now a psycho.
Nah, that last scene made me... People started posting on Twitter, they said Light Bright 2.0.
But really?
Yo, I was mad at that. Because, like... I get why Butcher did what he did. We all get why Butcher did what he did. He had to push the kid away so that he doesn't get wrapped up in his shit, right? But in doing that, this is a super-powered individual. Butcher, this is not a good move. This is not the play.
It's not even that. It's by pushing him away, and he doesn't have his mom, and he saw you as his father figure. He's going to reach out to the next thing that he knows is close to family, which is a terrible option to reach.
The literal psychopath who, after he killed someone in front of his dad, but pause, no, everybody's been talking about the most hated character that's gotten the least amount of screen time. Janine's stepdad. What the actual fuck is up with that guy?
That motherfucker is crazy.
He said, Homelander's sticking it to the man. He said, Homelander's a psychopath. He said, hey man, you don't got to bring that rhetoric in my house. Bro, I'm telling you, this man is crazy. He kills people.
I'm telling you, this man is crazy. He kills people.
And then wait, he kills someone in front of you, and you don't think.
Fucking me up.
Bro.
He out here fucking me up. I'm telling you. He whooped my ass the other day.
What made me so...
Episode before, earlier that episode.
Oh, right, yeah. What made me so mad about that was the fact that you now see that was telling the truth. Like, oh, he does kill people. But you think, like, what justification can you give me? Oh, he hit his son with a cup. He deserved to die. A cup, my nigga?
A cup that he deserved his head lasered the fuck off? No, my guy.
That is the
guy.
Like, that, there is no justification you can give, and I can't wait till next season when he's talking, like, you know he's gonna talk to his wife and be like, it was so great. He hit his kid with a cup and he lasered him. If anyone did, and then she's gonna be like, what? Why are you happy about that? He killed a man. And you know the conversation's gonna be, what? You wouldn't want me to take care of it if someone hurt Janine? I would do that if I had powers. And she gonna look at him like, so we're leaving.
Right.
Gonna knock that man out. He gonna knock that man the fuck out.
Again.
Oh my goodness. Oh shit. But yeah, no, I like the fact that the show has deviated very far from the comic, because I can say this now. I think I can say this. I don't think they're gonna bring him back, but I can say this now. Black Noir was not supposed to die, right? Because in the comic books, Black Noir isn't the black guy anymore. The black guy was never Black Noir.
No, Black Noir is, in the comics, Black Noir is Homelander, and
a clone of him.
He's a clone of him, and actually all of the crazy fucked up shit that Homelander, that people blame Homelander for, was Black Noir.
Right. Other than the first fucked up thing you see him do, and that's so fun fact that first, if you go back to season 1, first episode, Starlight, when the Deep was the one who SA'd her. It wasn't the Deep in the comic books. It was A-Train, Black Noir, and Homelander.
Yes. But yes, he was there for that, but he was getting blamed for a lot of stuff. And
he didn't do everything else, like Butcher's wife.
Yeah, he didn't do Butcher's wife.
Who isn't supposed to be alive, or wasn't supposed to be alive.
And the baby's not supposed to be alive either. But also, what was I saying? It drove Homelander crazy. Like, a part of that drove Homelander crazy because he couldn't remember doing those things.
You don't gotta tell him all of it. I just wanted them to know there's one piece. That's it. And that's why we can get to that, because I think stuff like that's still going to happen, but I don't know how they're gonna flip it, how they're gonna do it.
I like how they flipped it, because how they flipped it in a lot of ways, like, started conversations. Like, of course, they, like, Starlight didn't come out until much later about her rape. And they like did it literally still in the first season. So it's like, I like how they're flipping things. I think it's working for the show. It gives it's exciting for me as a reader, because it's not the same. It's not like I'm like, oh, this is gonna happen next. I'll never know what's gonna happen. I never know.
Fight back, nigga. Fight back. I was not ready for that one.
Oh, that was so good. But yeah, we weren't even talking about that. We was talking about something else.
No, but this season was great. The Boys was great. We were just talking about how Jensen Ackles did good in his role. But
yeah, he did.
Look,
I think they are going to bring him back for something. I think they ended it like that just so they didn't have to. But I think he'll make a couple cameos, just like how what's her name? How they brought his bottles. Let me get it. Just how they brought Stormfront back for the first couple episodes of season 3. Move.
So here's the thing. So some people are making speculations because Eric Kripke likes to keep his boys in the show, i.e. Robert Singer. That's Bobby Singer from fucking Supernatural.
Yes. Jensen
Ackles was Dean. So people are like, how are they gonna fit Sam in this story? And I'm like, that nigga's tall. What's he gonna be doing? He is a fucking giant.
He is a giant. He's fucking huge.
He's like 6'5". He's tall as shit. But yeah, so I'm excited to see what that'll be like if they do something like that. Because that was all speculation. That is all speculation. But I hope they do. Because then all 3 of them were in another show together. And that's tough.
That's cool.
Also, they're right. That bitch gotta die. The head popping one, she gotta fucking go. I'm sick of her.
She's got to go. This bitch is still here.
Her power's kind of tough, though. You can just make people's heads explode.
She makes anything explode. She just chooses the head.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure she gives like you an aneurysm or a blood clot.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go down to our next news point now.
Yeah, I know. We spent a lot of time on that.
Rihanna is now the youngest self-made billionaire with a net worth of $1.4 billion.
She is actually a self-made billionaire. She's not, my daddy gave me a $200,000 loan to start my business. No, self-made. Do that.
I commend her for that. She's great. I like Rihanna. Her music's enjoyable. As a person, she seems entertaining. I think we talked about her as a lover on here. Not that we've ever had sex with her, but like how our expectations of it would go.
She can wind them hips, so I'm pretty sure it's good.
I feel like she just gets her nut.
Oh, you think she's selfish?
A little bit. I feel like Rihanna's. I feel like Rihanna's only giving of a sex partner to someone she cares about. So like when she was with ASAP, like she would give him a nut, but when she feels like it, Like, if she just want hers, she gonna wind and ride until she done, and then be like, all right, I'll give you a handy till you're done.
You know what? I agree, but I only need to have sex with her one time, and the fact that she came would make me come. So I'd be good. I'd be okay.
Yeah. That's just my speculation, though. I could be entirely wrong. Rihanna, if you ever listen to this, you know, DM us, tweet us, add us, please. Or don't. It doesn't matter to me.
or do it matters to me? It matters.
I have to take the role of TJ sometimes and be the one that doesn't care.
Nope. I always care. I'll be the carer.
Hey, fam. If you want to, go ahead.
Nope. Please. I'll get on my knees and beg.
Nah, I ain't doing that. You fucking bugging. That being said, I'm gonna go to the next news point. This one's just kind of a funny one to me. So, I don't know how I feel about this, because let me preface this with saying I've recently been listening to this artist kind of sort of again, and I'm wondering, he has ability of lyricism. It's more the fact that he can rap fast, but at the same time, it's since he's white, I think that pushes him, propels him further. But it's also the type of content he made that I know propelled him further. He was making things that no one was doing, connecting to whole different audiences, and exposing people to music, which makes him a great, obviously. But in terms of just overall capability, I feel like he's more of a battle rapper, of course. Eminem is dropping Curtain Call 2 on August the 5th.
I'm not listening to it.
I'm gonna give it a listen, probably one time, because I know how I feel about a lot of his music. He mixes a lot of country rock with rap, which I don't like. But that being said, I understand that he has lyrical ability, especially in his older music, and that a lot of his songs are catchy. Example, Without Me. Everybody fucks with that song. Period, point blank. A lot of his songs were funny. Stuff like Stan was emotional and connected with a lot of people. We even have the modern day term, I stan that, because coming from that, like, he has influence beyond his years. To be fair, is what I'm trying to say. But, like, listening to a lot of more recent stuff, it's like, fuck, bro. Was it always like this, or am I just now noticing? I don't know. I got weird feelings about it. I did like him on, what was that? Welcome to Hell 2? I think it was Welcome to Hell 2. No, Bad Meets Evil 2 with Royce da 5'9", because I really enjoy Royce da 5'9". So.
I enjoy him.
His album, The Book of Ryan, I showed that to Joy. She enjoyed that. The Book of Ryan was an excellent concept as well as album. I enjoyed that. If you have never listened to it, The Book of Ryan is Royce da 5'9"'s album, basically explaining his life, almost as if he was telling a story to his son. Because the narrative of it is that his son was trying to write a report but didn't know anything on his dad, and he wanted to name it The Book of Ryan. So he's kind of like reliving moments of his childhood and lessons learned and people he's lost from either like getting arrested or people that blame him for their arrest and people that don't think his success is his own, and just where he came from. And it was just a really good album. It was a feel-good album. It was good listens. Like, my favorite songs on there are First of the Month and Godspeed.
Okay.
Because I understand First of the Month. I really do. Of course, it's the first of the month. I got my bag in the mail. I was panicking yesterday. Now I'm happy as hell. We on.
That's real. That's real.
So yeah, he has a lot of good shit on there. I would recommend. It's a good listen. It's a good drive listen. Like, you feel like you're getting told the story of his life, and it's really good. I love it. I'm gonna listen to that tomorrow. Also, you got me wanting to watch Prod tonight.
Oh, you feeling swimmy?
Yeah, I'm feeling swimmy. This is a fun one that's gonna make you feel a certain way. Visual effects artists are refusing to work with Disney Marvel, due to stress and unrealistic expectations and unrealistic deadlines.
Yeah, I've been hearing about that. that they like literally are being worked to the bone for these movies, and
That movie's got so many visual effects. You damn right. But I guess it looks good to work for Disney on your resume. A lot of Disney movies been a little mid lately to me though, like the Marvel ones, and it might be because that's just a part of how their phasing plan works. But I don't know. Like these past couple movies have been a little mid. Like they've been cool unexpectedly, but mid.
So no spoiler review because it's only been out for like 2 weeks now. I really enjoyed Thor Ragnarok and like
Love and Thunder.
I'm sorry, Thor Love and Thunder. Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I don't remember some like I was listening to some reviewer that I respect highly, and they just like they were just pooing on it, and I was like, I really enjoyed it. Like I was invested.
But one, you're a hopeless romantic. Two, a lot of people have said a lot of people go to those movies expecting action, expecting explosions, expecting niggas dying. But from what I heard is go into this movie with no expectations of action. See it's supposed to be a action-packed romantic comedy. Look at it like that, and you will not be disappointed. Is what I was told. Don't look at it as Thor: The Dark World or Thor Ragnarok. Think of it as like this is gonna be fun. So, but I don't. But that's my thing. These superhero movies usually ain't that. You got scenes like that, but it's a superhero movie. I'm trying to see some super shit.
Get it? It's just like I don't know. How do I describe it? Like I just don't. It's but it has that like it. I feel like it's more than just a superhero movie. Like when people do that, they just put it into this box of things that we've already seen before. It's so it's different in a good way. It's different enough that it's still a superhero movie, but it's having fun with itself. It's having fun with the audience, the actors, and like I don't know, it's more than just a superhero movie, and that's what I like about it. It's not just that. But I really enjoyed it. I'm probably gonna go see it again in theaters. So yeah, y'all can suck it.
I'll see it when I see it. I think this is a Marvel movie that I'm not going to pay for, but I am going to see. That's how I describe some movies. Like it's not bad where I don't want to see it. It's just I'm hearing that it's bad to a point where I just don't want to pay for it, and that's all it is.
Oh, I think you would really like it. It's
we'll see.
It's up our alley.
We will see is what I will say. Because I try to turn my brain off when I watch movies. I've gotten to a point where I can't watch more than one trailer for a movie, because if you watch 3 trailers, you can usually navigate how every part of the movie is gonna go. So rather than spoil stuff for myself, I watch the first trailer and I leave it at that. I don't allow myself to watch movies because my brain, I know if you paid attention, 8th grade English? No. Sophomore year English. You know the parts of the movie are the beginning, the introduction, the plot, introduction, the rising action, the climax, the falling action. Sometimes there's a twist and there's a false climax, and then there's a real bigger one, but you can always kind of sense them coming. And then there are other, literary elements such as irony, foreshadowing, hubris, all those things. You can usually find them in the movie to tell you what other things are going to be. So I try to turn my brain off and just watch the movie, because otherwise I'll notice it and I'll be looking for it, and then I find it and then I'm pissed. So don't be like me. Go to the movies and enjoy them.
Yeah, go to the movies and actually enjoy spending your money.
LOL. My last news point, we're ending on a sad point. Got to. Sad face. The creator of Yu-Gi-Oh! Died at age 60. I didn't write his name down. I'm looking his name up because he deserves to be remembered by name.
Yeah, very sad. It sucks. Yu-Gi-Oh! is a big part of all of our childhood, for sure. We had the cards. Remember we used to have Daddy, like, when he would take us to, like, Toys R Us after school, we would, like, get new decks and stuff.
So, I'm gonna get right into that. Kazuki Takahashi, that's his name. Kazuki Takahashi. The creator of Yu-Gi-Oh!, the manga, comic, and trading card game. He passed away. on July 4th. Wow, that's crazy. He passed away on Independence Day. But with that being said, it was mad sad because he's only 60. A lot of Japanese people are not having long lives anymore, and that's crazy to me.
They work too much.
They do. They are workaholics, and I love them for it, but I hate them for it because they make these amazing things and then leave me. Like, don't do that. Don't make me attached to you and then leave me. But
just take a break. I don't mind if I have to wait a year for your manga. Take a vacation.
Right. So that being said, to all, if you're a mangaka, if you any type of person who works too hard, please take a break because you will work yourself to death. It is a real thing. If you get sick, don't be like, oh, I'll go to work tomorrow after I, take a day off. Take 3. Really get better, get to 100%, because at the end of the day, when all is said and done, not to be harsh, but your job don't care about you. They're gonna replace you within the week. It's just how it works. My job, I would say, cares about me, but only to a certain degree. If I die, they're not gonna have that position not filled. They're gonna find someone to fill it. That's the way it is. That's life. That's how business works. That being said, y'all gotta be prepared for that. And to do that, you have a long life and enjoy yourself and enjoy your time with your friends and families. But back to the anecdotal stories. It was every other Friday. I never realized it was every other Friday until I was like older and realized you get paid every other Friday. But every other Friday, if we had a good 2 weeks in school, our dad would take us to Toys R Us. Back when Toys R Us was a thing, for all you youngins that don't know, Toys R Us was a magical place full of toys and everything else. Video games, toys, card games, board games, scooters, bikes. Everything as a kid that you would want was in Toys R Us. And every 2 weeks, if we were good in school, no bad marks, no nothing like that, he would hit us with, hey, y'all did good. Let's go to Toys R Us right after school, too. And we could get one thing.
We used to get decks on decks of decks.
What makes me mad is when, after you started going to high school, one of the days I was home, mom and dad were like, you got all these cards, you don't use them, you don't play with them. Want me to throw them away? I was like, no, but dad threw them away anyway later. And I got back into Yu-Gi-Oh! Recently. Realizing a lot of those cards were like the first time a lot of decks were coming out, because this was back when I was younger and Yu-Gi-Oh! GX had just came out. So all the Neos decks had just came out. I had first edition Neos, all that shit. Them shits is worth bread now. And I just look at my parents all the time like, you know how many opportunities you don't fucked up for me? Because you just said, this is trash, or this won't work, or I don't think that this will ever make money. Y'all just fucked me up.
They don't love us. They don't care about our pockets.
I could have the deepest pockets right now, so when you call and ask me saying, let me hold $20, I'd actually have it.
Let me hold $20.
Because I had first edition of Pelican. Because the hero deck was actually my favorite. Always has been, always will be. I had that deck. I had a bullshit ass Dark Magician deck because it was bullshit because I didn't know how to play. I was a kid. I didn't know that game actually took strategy and knowing how to build a deck and planning, because I play now and that shit takes a lot of thought. Like, if you see one card come out, you kind of got to predict what their deck's going to be, what their next move is, when to interrupt their moves. Like, it's a lot. It is a lot. And I feel bad for any kid that comes in just with a makeshift deck of all their favorite cards and then gets whooped on by a 40-year-old with a neck beard who's been playing this game since they were 12. That shit's crazy. And then there are the weirdos who do everything and anything under the sun.
Yep.
I've played against them. It's not fun. I attack you directly. Do you have response? I'm like, no, I don't. That's 8,000 life points. I was like,
you alright over there?
Good game. Out. He's like, all right, let's set up for the next round. I'm like, and I'm thinking in my head, I should just forfeit because this dude is on one. But I continued.
You're a glutton for punishment.
Sometimes. Depends on the day. Alright, that being said, is there any other news topics that you had to present to the class?
I don't think so. Shout out to all of the members of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated who are in Orlando right now. That's about it.
Okay. That being said, let's move into our topic, talking about which characters match up well. Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
You can start.
Alright, I'm taking the best two. I have a list, but these two had to be said. We talked about them earlier. They did an amazing job adapting Homelander and Billy Butcher. Homelander, Anthony Starr, he does an amazing job being unhinged and just looking like a complete and total fucking lunatic. He does an amazing job at playing Homelander. That switch on, switch off type of character, all of it. He does great. And then Billy Butcher, that man, I don't think they could have found a better person to fit that role.
No, they couldn't have.
From the facial expressions to the mannerisms, he is fucking perfect. What's really funny is, I only learned recently that he's in Star Trek, the movie, as the Doctor. He just doesn't have a beard.
Who?
Yeah, the guy who plays Billy Butcher's name is Carl Urban. He's in Star Trek.
What?
Yeah, he's in the movie. He plays Doc. You know, I'm a doctor, not a... Huh?
Yes, he is. And I always forget that he is.
Because he's like so nice in that versus this, he's a total douche.
Yeah. He's like the scared doctor. He's like, my wife left me. She plays Bones. His name's Bones.
Yeah.
She took everything but Bones. Okay, so mine is someone we did talk about today as well. Chris Hemsworth as Thor is amazing. Like, I don't think I can see him any other way now, which is crazy. Like, I literally can't think of Thor, a better person to play Thor. And then also Ryan, I'm gonna stay in Marvel right for a second. And then Marvel does a really good job of casting like its characters. But Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool,
he was built for that role. I don't know anybody who could do that role better.
I cannot, like, literally born for it. His
once again, mannerisms, voice, how he talks.
Yeah, like the cadence of his voice, all of that.
Perfect. He fit that role. Whether he had a mask on or a mask off, he was Deadpool. He is Deadpool forever. Ryan Reynolds is a great actor. He's probably one of my favorite white actors.
I can watch anything he's in.
Anything. I can watch all of his romantic movies. I can watch all of his action movies. Anything.
Yeah. You got another?
Oh yeah, I have a couple on this list. So my next one is going to be I'm gonna say this now. I have two more. I'm gonna save because you took Ryan Reynolds. But Negan from The Walking Dead, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, aka Sam and Dean's dad. He did an amazing job. I was worried when they first announced that he was going to be Negan. He fit the facial profile. It's weird. A lot of comic book characters, they give beard, like, that don't have beards and have like clean faces. Like, their adaptations have beards. Billy Butcher didn't have a beard. He had a clean face.
Right.
Negan didn't have a beard. Had a clean face.
It just helps make them scruffier, you know? It gives them that grunge look that sometimes they need, that they can't always. Because you can sometimes get a grunge look when you, like, you know, with art better than, like, with a real person.
No, I agree. And with that being said, like, he did an amazing job. Like, the Negan lean, like, I'm not sure if you know about that, but, like, it's a meme that, like, he just be leaning, like, all the time when he's talking to someone. He's like, oh! And he, like, leans back. It's fucking funny. Just look it up. It's hilarious. But he did a great job. Once again, cadence, mannerisms, how he talked, how he played the role. He really studied up and did a good job. And it was crazy because I just saw him in fucking Supernatural. So I was like, how is this sweet dad who's kind of an asshole going to be this complete and total asshole during an apocalypse who doesn't give a fuck about anyone?
Just like that. On-off switch. Crazy. He did great. Broke my heart to see him kill Glenn. That's part of the comic book. That show has been out for long enough for you to see it, so I don't give a fuck that I spoiled that. If you haven't gotten to that point, get to it faster. Fair. Did you have another one? Did you? Because I have.
I'm gonna save my last one because it's gonna make you laugh.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna do two again. So I'm going to switch over to DC. So Margaret Robbie as Harley Quinn.
Oh yeah, she does a fucking amazing. She does so great.
Wow, like she is Harley Quinn. Like her mannerisms, her cadence of talking, her like just random shit. Like she just does it so well. She just does it so well. And then, I mean, some people like to argue, but it's fine. Christian Bale is the best Batman. Because he's a good Bruce Wayne.
Yes, Christian Bale does the best Bruce Wayne because like Bruce Wayne was always, smooth. He was always calm, collected, and like he just looked like a playboy billionaire,
Yep.
But like when he was Batman, he's gruff, he's angry, he's upset all the time, and he did both.
Yes, he did both. He did both very, very well. Like there hasn't, and I say this because there's been so many Batman movies over the years. There has not been someone to just hit that mark, and we all know how I am about my Batman. Like hit that mark as well as he did.
Right, I give you that. The dude that plays Superman is an honorable mention for me. He did a really good job.
He does do a good Superman. Especially because you get to see the subtle, because DC, the way DC kind of went with it, even though they're not going to finish it, the way they went with it is more of like a subtle change into the dark Superman. You see him get darker and darker and darker from the pure man he was in the first movie. But we all know, fuck Superman. It's been a while since he said it.
Fuck Superman. And fuck Naruto. Yeah. So I'll give you my honorable mentions. Robert Downey Jr. Always gotta talk about Tony Stark. He's one of the first people that you saw do that, because Iron Man came out before Captain America, and everybody was like, Robert Downey Jr. Okay, and then we're like, shit, he was made for this.
I mean, look at what's his name? He plays Wolverine.
Hugh Jackman. He's another one. He was built for that. Fucking what's his name? The dude that plays Charles Xavier.
Oh yeah.
Built for it.
Young and old. It's scary how they were able to do the young and old Charles
They did
Xavier.
the young ones so well, I didn't even care. Like, I was like, holy shit.
Magneto too. It was just like, you saw how that, like, it made so much sense how that young Magneto became the Magneto we knew today. How that Charles Xavier became the Charles Xavier that we already knew. Like,
Disney's amazing with their casting. I'm not gonna lie. They really do their work.
It's so fucking scary. It's scary how amazing they are with their casting.
Label this episode Scary Good. Because Disney, you got that. What's another one? Steve Rogers is Chris Evans does good. That's America's ass. All right, that's all I got to say.
That is America's ass.
And then the last one on my honorable mentions is all the Spider-Man. They are all casted well for all the different types of Peter Parkers, and let me explain why. Because some people argue that Andrew Garfield is too cool looking to be Peter Parker, right? Now, we've seen dozens comic books, shows. Spider-Man gets a new show every 3 to 4 years, right? You got Spider-Man, the animated series. You got Spectacular Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man, and Marvel the Avengers. And then there's a new one out. My honest favorite is Spectacular Spider-Man. Hands down.
Spectacular Spider-Man.
Exactly. That captured it because that is more the Andrew Garfield type of Spider-Man. That Spider-Man had friends. He was cool to a certain degree. Had Gwen Stacy. He was smart though, because in that one they were always like, "Yo, why aren't you like?" They had an episode where he was like, with. I forgot what that team's called, but Iron Fist, Luke Cage, and it's one other person. I can't remember the third person. Oh, and Nova. And they were like, yo, why aren't you, like, using your powers? You, like, during gym, he's like, because if I play like I'm dumb and fumbly, no one will ever suspect I'm Spider-Man.
Yep, that easy.
Like, it fit him, and Andrew Garfield fit that profile. All the other ones, I feel like, fit and Andrew Garfield definitely fits the quippy Spider-Man the best. Period, point blank. He's quippy Spider-Man. Spider-Man's quippy. He always makes his jokes. Tobey Maguire just fit. He's original Spider-Man. He just fit a good Peter Parker. You know, that nerd who has an alternate side, because it was a very clear difference between Peter Parker as Tobey Maguire and Peter Parker in Spider-Man as Tobey Maguire. Very obvious difference. Versus Tom Holland is the perfect representation of Spider-Man. He is able to have friends. He's still a fumbly nerd. He's a closeted nerd. And he is quippy and able to do those things. And even in the suit, because obviously Tom Holland is the earliest version of those Spider-Mans, because we've seen that Tom Holland's story is going to be a lot longer than all the other ones. Yep. Where they kind of skip a few years in between, right? His is literally the beginning. You see, like, how green he is at every moment, how trusting he is, how he isn't able to do things on his own, right? But Spider-Man's cameo is he is able to. So we're kind of seeing him grow into that Spider-Man. And I think by the end of this next set of phases, he will be that Spider-Man that everyone wants him to be. That quippy, that solo dolo type of Spider-Man. And I think that's pretty tough. I think they casted that well. And look, when Stan Lee says this is what Spider-Man was meant to be, you can't go against that.
Right, he literally created the character, so how you gonna be like, no, that's not what it is? The man who did it said this is what it is.
Right. Fuck, one more. Star-Lord. Chris Pratt. Perfect. He is damn near...
I don't know much about Star-Lord to do that one, so...
Look up the comic book version of Star-Lord. He looks almost exactly like it.
Was that your last one, or you just doing
that? Was my last honorable mention. My last one in terms of Disney casting.
Okay.
I love this man as an actor. Every movie he's in makes me laugh or feel something, so he's a good actor.
Okay.
J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson.
He is the best J. Jonah Jameson ever. And the fact that he's in every Spider-Man as J. Jonah Jameson. I mean, everyone. He's even into the Spider-Verse. Like, because he was made to be him. Like, it's scary.
Right. It is scary. And he's actually one of my preferred actors. I love seeing him in movies because all of his movies he ends up yelling at someone and they're really funny. But Whiplash, if you've never seen Whiplash, watch Whiplash. It's a movie about a college kid who's in like one of the best bands, one of the best concert jazz bands in the world, right? But the professor is a hard ass. Like, he is abusive to these children. But the reason, he explains it later in the story, is like the reason he's like that is to create the next great. You don't become a great by someone pandering and saying, oh, you're good enough. You become a great by someone pushing you beyond what you can do. Like, and this kid was going through it. He was literally practicing so much his hands would bleed. Like the first part of the movie, they're in practice and they can't get the part right. It's 3 drummers. None of them can get the shit right. They spend 3 hours trying to get on the right tempo. One of them finally gets it. Now everyone else can start practice.
Wow.
That movie, watch Whiplash if you've never seen it. It is such a great fucking movie.
My last one is Aquaman.
Jason Momoa?
Yeah. I'm a big Aquaman fan, like a very, very big Aquaman fan. Fuck that. I love his storyline, and Jason Momoa really plays his character well. Like, granted, he's not he's not blonde with blue eyes or whatever, but like his temperament, how Aquaman's like very like guarded and about his business, and I'm really interested to see the next one to see if he really does it. So maybe it's Aquaman was like tentative, and then the next movie, because I might take it back. But like, he's very like guarded of himself, and he always seems so sure, but he has like those insecurities, and it comes through in the comics a lot. And I like that. I like Jason Momoa as Aquaman.
I'm gonna disagree because I don't think he was one of the perfect casts. I think he does the job well and made the character his own. Example: Johnny Depp. As anyone Johnny Depp plays, I think that anyone Johnny Depp plays can be played by anybody else. But I believe that he makes it his character.
I don't think anybody else could play that role though.
I could find someone, but I think that, like I said, he does well enough to make it his role. When I say perfect casting, I mean if I took a 1-to-1 comic book to person, to me, like, you're not only making it your own, but you look uncannily like this person. He doesn't to me, but he does do a good job of playing a cool, new-aged Aquaman. So that's where I would say he is a great fit for the role, but to me, it's not a one-to-one. That's the only one I disagree with, but yeah. Johnny Depp is Jack Sparrow.
We don't have to agree on everything.
Of course.
Killian, what are you chewing down there? Something you ain't got no business having. Give it here.
That sounds like a dog to me. That's just my baby dog.
That's just my baby dog.
All right. But that's all that I have because, I had to end on J. Jonah Jameson because literally I love the fact that they kept him as J. Jonah Jameson in every movie. That was tough.
That's tough. All right. So take us out so I can get into bed. I do have to work in the morning.
We both do. With that is the end of episode 63 of the Be More Nerdy podcast. I want to thank everybody for coming out and listening. Be sure to follow me, Galaxy Greg, at Mr. Space Awaits, spelled MR.SPACEAWAITS on Instagram. You can follow my other gaming Instagram at Galaxy Greg. Yeah, just Galaxy Greg now. Spelled GA1AXYGR3G, or follow the pod on Instagram and Twitter. Spelled at Be More Nerdy, spelled BMORENERDY. Be sure to read our comic 21 Blackjack, located on Webtoons, and be sure to share it, like everything, and give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. We need it to be higher in the algorithm to get to more listeners. With that being said, that's about everything. So, Diva?
I'm your girl, Diva XOXO. You can follow me on Instagram at Always the Diva. Shout out to our boy Niles, who does all the music for our podcast. He's the official music producer of the Be More Nerdy podcast. We love you, Niles. You can follow him at Millatron on all your DSPs.
Alright, with that being said, we are the Be More Nerdy podcast, and remember to go out and be a good person, and take some time off for yourself, because you need it, and we don't want you to work yourself to death around here. But, that being said, we're the Be More Nerdy podcast. Remember to be more nerds. Peace.
We out here.